Hi guys, today we're going to work on lesson 18 and we are going to add fractions with unrelated units. So we've been working on adding fractions with unlike denominators, but the denominators have always been related to each other. So you really only had to change one or the other to be able to have a common denominator, just like in this question. Here we have 1/3 plus 1/6. And since these two fractions are related to each other, these two denominators are related to each other, we know that they're related to each other because one is a multiple of the other. So we can use a tape diagram to help us work out this problem. Where we have thirds and sixths. So 1/3 plus 1/6. We would decompose our thirds into 2 pieces each because that would give us sixths. So here we've decomposed our thirds and now we have an equivalent fraction to 1/3, which is 2/6. And we can add 2/6 plus 1/6 and we get 3/6. With this fraction, or these two fractions, one of the denominators is not a multiple of the other. These two denominators are unrelated and are going to be more challenging to add together. So instead of using a tape diagram or a number line, we are going to use an area model, just like we did when we were comparing unrelated fractions. So we're going to start by drawing our area models for both 1/3 and 1/4. So one of our area models we need to break into 3 pieces and one we need to break into fourths. And we're going to do one vertically or going up and down and one horizontally or going side to side. So I'm going to do my thirds vertically and my fourths horizontally. So then we're going to shade in one-third. We're going to shade in 1/4. And then we're going to combine our area models. So for our thirds, we're going to break them into fourths or decompose into fourths. And with our fourths, we're going to decompose into thirds. We're always going to decompose using the opposite denominator. So thirds, we're going to break into 4 pieces each. And then our fourths, we're going to break into 3 pieces each. Actually, let's decompose with dotted lines. That's probably better. So there I've decomposed my thirds into 4 pieces each. And I'm going to decompose my fourths into 3. So in our fractions, what we're ultimately doing is we're finding a common denominator. So now we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces total, and 4 of those 12 are shaded. So our equivalent fraction to 1/3 is 4/12. Now let's look at our fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we definitely have a common denominator, and 3 of those pieces are shaded. So now we have 4/12 plus 3/12, and now we can add our two fractions together, which is going to be 7/12. Okay, let's try another one. We're going to do 2/5 plus 1/2. Our first step is going to be draw the area models. We want to section one horizontally and one vertically. And we want to shade in our fractions. So I'm going to shade in 1/2 and 2/5. Okay, so now we're going to decompose our fractions. So we want to break 1/2 into how many pieces? We want to decompose 1/2 into 5 parts. And then we want to decompose our fifths into 2 parts. So in each of our fractions, what is our new denominator? Our new denominator in both is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we have the same amount in this fraction. New denominators are 10. And in my halves, I have 5/10 shaded. Oops, that's the wrong fraction. 5/10 shaded for 1/2 and 4/10 shaded for 2/5. And then I can go ahead and add my two fractions together, and we end up with 9/10. Okay, let's try our one last fraction. Look at these two fractions. What do we notice about these two fractions? They are both more than 1/2. So since both of these fractions are greater than 1/2, that means our answer is going to be greater than 1/2. So we want to be prepared for that scenario. We're going to draw two area models. And we want to section one vertically and one horizontally. So we're going to shade in our pieces now. Okay, so now we need to decompose our fourths into 5 parts. And we're going to decompose our fifths into 4 parts. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for my fifths, I'm going to break them in half first and then do half of a half to get fourths. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's count total how many pieces we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Same for this one. We have 5, 10, 15, 20. So our new denominator is going to be 20. Okay, so let's see. How many are shaded? I have 5, 10, 15 in my fourths, 15 20ths. 3/4 is equal to 15 20ths. And I know because 3 times 5 is 15 and 4 times 5 is 20. And 3/5 is broken into 12 20ths because 3 times 4 is 12 and 5 times 4 is 20. So we're going to add these two together and we end up with 27 20ths. So 27 20ths is an improper fraction, so we need to change it to a mixed number. And we are going to use a number bond to break apart our whole from our part. Our whole is going to be 20 20ths, and the leftover piece is going to be 7 20ths. So our mixed number will be 1 and 7 20ths. Good work today, guys.